Okay, so on Monday, April 11th, 2016, I fell asleep earlier than normal and I woke just after having this dream, and when I woke it was 11:30 p.m. So it was Monday night before it turned into Tuesday, just so we're aware. Um, in my dream, I was out having a drink with someone, either a friend or maybe my sister, I don't know. And I had one drink and we talked, and we kind of lived in a city, and I walked home. It was a couple blocks and I just decided to walk there and walk home. And it was late. It was maybe 11:30 or midnight when I was walking home, and I was alone. And two men dressed in regular clothes came from the other side of the street and stopped me, and they said, "We're police officers." And just as they declared that, two more men dressed in regular clothes joined them and stated the same thing. Okay? And at this point, I'm like, okay. And I have this weird feeling. Not a good feeling at all. It's a terrible feeling. And so they stated they're police officers, but then they started to grab me, and one was going through my purse looking for something. And I don't do drugs or anything like that, so I knew what they were looking for. I was like, okay, whatever, here we go. So, you know, I don't do anything illegally. So anyway, they're looking through my purse. While one is looking through my purse, while the other ones are grabbing me, and they're trying to get me to go with them. And I was like, wait, I want to see your badges and identification. And they seemed surprised that I asked that, and they could sense that I wasn't trusting them. So they all made some odd, vague excuses as to why they didn't have any ID on them, and they proceeded to try to drag me away. Um, and the man with my purse was like, starts yelling at me about a few things, and I'm like, no, I'm not drunk. I'm fine. I'm just walking home, minding my own business. I haven't done anything. Um, didn't get in a fight with anyone or anything like that. It was just very strange that they came up to me out of nowhere. So, um, I was struggling to get away and explaining that I was well within my rights to be walking down the road and I hadn't done anything illegally. And all of a sudden, a woman I work with, we'll call her A, saw what was going on from across the street and back the way I had come. So she comes running and she says, "Hey, what are you doing?" Because she knew me well enough to know something wasn't right, and four people are trying to muscle me to wherever. And she starts realizing that something's not right here as well. And she says, "You need to let her go. I'm her witness. She's not doing anything wrong. Give her back her purse. Let her go home. If you don't have any identification, let her go home." And they seemed a little afraid that now I had a witness to what they were doing and they had no IDs. And they went back across the street and seemed to leave. And she stayed with me for a little bit. And she was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I think I'll be okay. It's not too far, a couple more minutes and I'll be home. And I think we'll be fine." And she's like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine." And so she went back where she was, and I started walking again. But she kept her eye on me, and she knew. As soon as she got far enough away, those four guys came back at me, but I was ready for them, and I was like, "No, I'm not going with you. Leave me alone." Well, person A, who came to my rescue the first time, went and got my other coworker that I really work with. So these two people I really do work with, and we'll call that person B. So she goes and gets person B and explains on the way, hey, because this person was right around the corner, and says, she needs help. These people something's not right. And so they both come back and chase away the four guys impersonating police officers. Okay, so they get chased away again. And so person B walks me almost to my door, watches me go in till I'm safe at home with my husband, and then goes back. So those person A and person B left, and I was so shaken up that I thought, wow, this is really weird, and I feel like I'm being targeted, and I didn't even do anything. And I started to wonder, will I ever be able to go out, whether it's for a walk by myself at night or during the day or even in a car? And is it going to be safe for me? This was a very unusual thing to happen. And so I had that like sense that is very, very strange. Anyway, that was the end of my dream. Made it home safe, and I was fine. So, flash forward to Wednesday, April 13th, 2016, at 8 p.m. I'm scrolling through my personal Facebook page when two of my relatives tagged this and it came up on my feed. Man wanted for impersonating police officer, Tewksbury, Mass. Okay? And here's the date, April 13th, 2016. And also, I had told my mother about this dream before I saw this, so she's my witness on that as well. But I found it very odd that not too long after, shortly after, this, and this story, I think I read that he's been doing this since December or something, and they haven't been able to catch him, but they finally put it out on the news. And I hadn't heard about it, but I just thought that was really bizarre. So I thought I'd show you that. And then, so he basically, this guy apparently was driving a Chevy Impala and used a spotlight to pull a woman over and assault her by inappropriate touching and saying he was a police officer, okay? And I guess it happened in late December 2015 or early January 2016, according to the police. It didn't have a specific date, whoever gave them the story. So I personally saved the screenshot, and then I went back and I found the article that you see here, but I'm not going to put my Facebook stuff up on YouTube. So now we'll fast forward to Friday, July 8th, 2016 at 8 p.m. Okay, I'm at work, I'm a bartender, and I don't watch TV. So the fact that I even saw this come up on my news feed in Facebook, first of all, is like, oh, whoa, that was weird. So I'm at work, and that's really the only time I ever see normal TV playing that isn't like a DVD that we pop in or something from Netflix. So if you'll recall, that was the day that the man got a sniper rifle and shot the Dallas police officers. And that was on the news that entire day, okay? And so at one point at 8 p.m., I happened to look up at the news, and on the footer, and I only saw it this one time around 8 p.m., the footer was scrolling, man impersonates police officer. Now, I was in the middle of working. I did not get a chance to take notes, take a screenshot. I don't recall what town it was or what the circumstances were, but that's twice now. And I thought that was really odd because I don't even watch TV and I don't go searching these things out so that I can say, ooh, look, something came true. I don't at all. So, leave that up. And if my mom gets a chance to witness that one, I'll have her do that too. Thank you.